Draymond Green will be suspended for the Warriors' pivotal Game 3 against the Kings. This punishment for stomping on Domantas Sabonis. The NBA said in a statement, quote, the suspension was based in part on Green's history of unsportsmanlike acts. We are excited. We got NBA champ Eddie House joining us now. Eddie, do you think Draymond deserves to be suspended?
I was thinking about this yesterday and figuring it probably would be something that will be discussed. Do I think he deserves it? His previous behavior tells me that if you look at what he's done, I mean, he's had incidents with LeBron, Steven Adams, Brandon Clark, punching his teammates, the situation with Sabonis. And then I believe the act after getting ejected, not showing any humility and getting ejected like, man, I just let my team down, but actually embracing that moment and yelling at the fans with the commissioner right there. I mean, I think they had no other choice but to suspend him. Now, do I think it's good for the league as far as entertainment-wise? No, but I do think it's good for the league to just get a stranglehold on these things, and you can't let stuff start getting out of control and snowball effect. And one thing about it, as good as Draymond is for this team, he's just had a habit of getting away with doing a lot of things like this. And so I think it came to a point where they had to draw the line because he has been habitually overstepping the boundaries of the lines of the league with the kicks and the punching teammates and all that. I just think they had to do something. It's unfortunate for the Warriors because, he's a big part of what they do.
When you really look at it, they could throw Draymond Green out of every night.
They could.
The way he yelled and screamed and cursed at the official, they just like, you know what, it's Draymond. We just going to overlook it. Am I surprised he's suspended? Yes. Did he deserve to be suspended? Yes. And NBA VP Joe Dumars said these factors why Green was suspended. Excessive and over-the-top actions, conduct detrimental, and a repeat offender.
There you go.
Dumars also said, you know what the situation is, down 0-2 in a playoff series. But you set that aside and look at the facts. Repeat offender weighs heavy as anything.
Okay.
Bruh. Okay, they go to the replay. They're going to look at it, Eddie. Okay, let's see what happened. They got tangled up. Draymond, go sit down on the bench, and when they come to a resolution, either you stay in the game or you're gone. What Draymond doing? Running around like he Hulk Hogan. What y'all got for me?
Yeah.
He's standing up on something yelling female body parts at the crowd. That's not a good look. You did the exact same thing last year in when you Brandon Clark in Memphis. You would have thought, so you know what? Man, I let my team down. In 2016, we had a 3-1 lead. I let my emotions get the best of me. I let my team down. Who knows? I mean, it's conjecture now. We might have won us. I'm never going to put myself in that situation. Yet, here we are again. Because I know what my team needs. I do this stuff intentionally. Okay, now what? Now you got Steph and Clay, the big three, two of the big three, you got them out there by themselves because of your actions, because of your antics. All you had to do was sit your butt down, let the officials render their decision, and walk your butt up the court to the tunnel with security. But you running around making a spectacle of it.
A spectacle.
And the commissioner's like, hold on, this ain't no good. This ain't what we want.
No.
We don't want a guy. He is standing on the table, Skip?
Conduct detrimental.
Man, come on.
Or, as the NFL puts it, conduct unbecoming of an NBA All-Star. And he is a four-time All-Star.
So he gets a technical foul once every 5 games, basically in his playoff career, and a flagrant foul once every 24 games.
Okay. I'm going to say this one last time. When I just look at the incident in and of itself, Sabonis started it and Draymond finished it. But Sabonis did detonate it because he grabbed Draymond's ankle and held on because he didn't want Draymond to get a head start and beat him up the floor. It's a dirty tactic. It's not a dangerous tactic. But obviously, the retaliation went into a full-on stomp, and you can't just full-on stomp.
He stomped the man.
All right, he stomped the man. Okay, but just in and of itself, because it is the playoffs and they are down 0-2, I might look the other way if it hadn't been Draymond Green. But he's got a lengthy track record. And the league, to your point, Mr. Sharp, has given him incredible leeway on a nightly basis. because he has been such a valuable player to a dynastic team.
Yes.
They just look the other way night after night. He's a 4-time All-Star. He's a former Defensive Player of the Year. He's a 2-time steals champ. And they say, okay, it's just Draymond being Draymond.
Yes.
And yet nobody else could have gotten away with Draymond. And finally, up to Joe Dumars upstairs, and probably the commissioner got heavily involved in this, said, okay, enough is enough.
Right.
It's such a bad look. And both of you say, if he had just gone and sat down, I don't think he would have gotten suspended.
No.
But he never goes and sits down.
No.
And I think the commissioner is starting to wonder, Draymond, is this self-promotion of your podcast? Because he just acts a fool in Memphis and does a big victory lap around the arena. This is late in the second quarter of Game 1 last year. He goes straight to the locker room and straight to his hotel and does a live podcast. I hope he started at the end of the game, like he didn't start it during the game, but he probably started just when the game ended. But guess what, ladies and gentlemen? They managed to win the game because remember, Ja took a shot down the lane and Clay came off his man. He was guarding Brandon Clark and forced him into a shot that went up off the glass and missed the rim.
And that became a footnote.
It did.
Because they won the title.
They won the game and the title.
And what stood out, and guess what? What he did in 2016, Eddie, would have been a footnote had they won the title. Footnotes, you don't get the footnote when you lose. You get the headlines because you deserved it. I just don't get, I get it. I get being emotional. I understand. Eddie, you and I both played. Skip, you've been around it a long time. You know these games are very emotional. But sometimes you have to take the emotion out of it and be rational and be logical. How many times? Go ahead.
Go ahead.
How many times is Draymond going to do this and we give him the benefit of the doubt? He's lost the benefit of the doubt.
That's the issue right there, is that he's just done it so many times. But to his I'll say to his defense in this particular situation, Sabonis did a non-basketball act. So now if we living by the letter of the law, right, all the time, he should have been ejected out of that game. Because that's very similar to going upside somebody's head, not making a play on the ball. It's just down at the ankle. To me, that's not a basketball play. It's not a basketball move. He tried to tackle him, basically. He wrapped him up at the ankle, and Draymond has every right to try to get him off of him. Now, was the stomp a little extra? Yeah, it probably was a little extra. He used him like a little trampoline. You see him stomped, and then he hopped up off of him. But to me, I think you have to, if you're going to be addressing things by the letter of the law and looking at it, Sabonis has to be looked at as well, because that clearly is not a basketball play. And that's the only thing that I could defend Draymond with, is that that was not an actual basketball play. But because his reputation precedes him, this is the issues that he's going to have to deal with. And I mean, it seems like it's always biting him at the wrong time. Like he builds up throughout the regular season, nobody says anything to him, but then it goes overboard at the wrong time for his team. And if I'm a teammate, I'm probably sick of it. You know, I'm probably tired of the fact that, man, I mean, every single time that we have these situations coming on, you're involved. We need you for us to win. And for him to let his team down in that way, in that manner, I think he's probably not feeling proud about that at all.
Okay, so Eddie, sum this up for us. Going into Game 3 back at Golden State, if you're his teammate and you did play this game at the highest level, the championship level, how are you feeling about a Game 3 without him? Do you care? Are you relieved? Do you want to go forward and see how you do without him for a game?
You're going to have to. You have no choice. This is the only thing. You look around, they got Kevin Looney is the only guy that can rebound for him, and Draymond Green. Now they just got smaller, right? Now they just got smaller. They're going to be relying on guys that haven't been in a rotation, haven't been getting heavy minutes. But I expect Jordan Poole to probably get a bigger part of this game, and he'll have an opportunity to go out there and get some rhythm. And, they're going to have to try to outshoot the Kings, get some timely stops, and basically outshoot them.
Agreed.
Good stuff, guys. Eddie, we want you to stick around. We want to unpack this Suns-Clippers series a little bit more as well. So hang with us. Undisputed will be back in just a moment.